So yep, we have a one task where we have a requirement. One company having a network of 155.55.0/24, and the requirement is below. We need a five network. So as the company having five departments. And for each department, the requirement is set like this way. So if the requirement for each department is different, number of total IP, so it means my mask will be also different for all these five departments. When inside of my company, we are using a different subnet mask that is called as a VLSM, variable length subnet mask. Means different masks, sometime 24, sometime 25, 26, like that. Yep, variable length subnet mask. Okay, so how will I approach this question? I will approach this question according to the requirement, not according to the number of five network. So I will use the 2 to the power n concept. Okay, so approaching this concept will use this. First of all, I will write my requirement from top to bottom. Top to bottom means which is requiring the most number of IPs. Then the second most highest. Then the third, then fourth, then five. In this way, I need to approach it. So I will write first requirement will be my IT, which having the requirement of 50. Sixth, the second I will write my sales department, which is the requirement of 29. Then the third requirement will be my HR, his requirement of 12. Then we have a fourth requirement is as a finance. That requirement is only a 8. And after that, I will write at the last marketing. That's requirement is 2. After writing this, we'll first find out the network and all thing about my IT department. So let's go for the IT. Requirement is 56. How can I get the 56 IPs? What is the formula for total IP? N small n minus 2, where n is the number of 0, right? N is total number of 0 in new mask. Okay. So my requirement is this 56. If I write 56 equal to 2 to the power n, what can I write my n? Can I write my n as a 5? It will be 32. It's less than requirement, not fulfilling my requirement. But can I write my n as a 6? It will be 64. Yep, that can fulfill my requirement. Yeah, it is more than that, but it is going to fulfill. Because if I take the lesser number 5, it is not fulfilling that process. So at least I need to select my n as a 6. So it means number of 0 in my new mask will be how much? 6. Right? If the number of 0 is 6, then how many ones we have? 32 minus 6. Because IP address of the mask is a 32-bit number. If only 6 are 0, then how many bits are ones? 32 minus 6, which will be 26. Yeah, so my new mask for IT department will be 26. We get that mask. Okay. So now whatever is my network is provided, which is 155.5.5.0, correct? This is this big network is given. So my network for IT department will be 195.55.0/26 will be the mask. Now, how many IP we are going to get the first IP, the last IP? We'll use the rule, the same concept. So let's write down the total number of IP, how we are going to get here. Total IP will get 64 minus 2. 62 IP will be there. First IP will be what? It will be network plus 1. So 155.5.5.1. Last IP will be what? Last IP will be network plus total number of IP. So my network is 155.5.5.0 plus 62 will be 62, my last. What will be my broadcast? Last IP plus 1, 63. I get that all thing for the IT department. This way. Got it? Any doubt in this? Yeah. How I'm approaching, correct. How I'm approaching this question, I'm not finding out the total number of network and all. What I'm finding out, I'm writing my requirement from top to bottom. The highest requirement, then the second highest, then third, then fourth, and then the last one. This way I will write down my network. And after that, I will now take the IT department. What is the requirement for IT department? 56 IP. So how will I approach? I will write the formula, total number of IPs. Formula is 2 to the power n minus 2. 2 to the power n minus 2. So my requirement is 56. So what will be the n? Then I can get the 56. N at least be 6. Then only I can get the 56. More than that, but still n has to be the 6. If it is n5, I will get only 30 IP. So it is not correct. So n is required to be the 6. So n is what? N is number of 0 in my mask, correct? So if my number of 0 in the new mask is 6, how many ones we have? We have 32 minus 6, 26. So number of ones is my mask. So my mask is now for IT department is 26. So I will write my network for the IT department is this. Whatever the big network is given, attach the new mask 26, not the 24 default. And then I will find out my first IP, the total IP, last IP, and the broadcast IP, the same thing. Any doubt in this? Um, let's now go for the next department. What is the next department? It's a sales department. Sales department requirement is 29, correct? Yeah. So for the 29, what will be my total number of zeros? Formula will be the same, 2 to the power n. And at least I need to keep my n as 5, then I will get the required number. So what will be my new mass? 32 minus 5, correct? It will be 27. Okay. Now, network for sales department will be what? Can I use the same network 155 5.5.0 slash 27 like this way? No. Why? Because starting 62 IP, I'm already reserved from that network for the HR department, for the IT department. So if I use the same network, it will be overlapping. It will be overlapping. So how to avoid that overlapping and how to find out the network for my sales department? So the trick is I will now go back to my IT department. What is my mask? 26. So what I will do here, I will find out the two things. The block size. What is the block size for the IT department with the mask of 26? 64, right? To the power 6. 64 is the block size. What will be the subnet for the IT department? 0, it is going to start with the 0, then 64, then 128, and then 192, like that. Correct? So, because in IT department, I am using the first subnet 0, correct? Here. So, what is the next available network now? 64. So, I will write down here in the next. available network will be 155.5.5.64. Before that zero, I have already used. So that next available network in the IT will be used in the next one, which is sales department. So for the sales department, my new network will be 155.5.5.64 slash mask is 27. This I will use. Got the point? What is the catch here? I cannot use the same network and the new mask 27. No, it will not work because it is overlapping. So I will go back to my IT department and we'll see the block size in the subnet. And then we'll see I'm using zero already for my IT department. So the next available network is 64. This is the only important concept here. If you understand this, nothing will be impossible. You can design and everything. Correct, correct. We'll go for that. Don't worry. So for the third one, which is HR department, right? For the HR department, we'll also go the same way. So let's for now leave it. This my sales department, I will leave it like this, and I will go for the HR department. HR requirement is what? 12. Correct? The requirement will give me the mask only, the new mask, not my network. Network I will get from the previous department. Okay. Like for the sales, I get it from the IT. For the HR, I will get it from the sales. So let's go for the HR first, find out the mass. So the total IP formula is 2 to the power n. So here I need to keep my n what? 3 if I write, it will be 2 into 2 into 2, 8. Will it fulfill? No. So what will be the n? 4. It will give the 16, but it's okay. My requirement will be fulfilled. Because if I use a one less number 3, it will give only 8 IP. That will be not according to my requirement. 6 IP basically. So I will use the n as a 4. So if my n is a 4, means number of 0 in mask is 4. So my new mask, what will be my new mask? New mask will be obviously total mask size 32 minus 4, which will be 28, right? So my new mask is 28. But what will be my network? For finding out the network, I will again go back to the sales department. No, no. 64 I'm using for the sales department. See that? Sorry? No, no, that will be also wrong. Let's see that. Let's see that with the mask of 27, what is the block size and what is the subnet? So what is the block size here? With the mask of 27, how many zero we have? 5 0. So block size is 2 to the power n, means 32. Correct? And what will be my subnets? It will always start with the 0, then 32, then 64, then 96, right? And then 128, and then 160, like that it will go on. Okay. Now, for my sales department, I'm using 64, which is here. Correct? And already before that, yeah. And previous, yeah, the previous I have also used for my IT department. So I cannot use till 64 anything, correct? So what is the next network available now? 96. So I will write it here. Yeah, next available network is my 155.5.5.96. This is my next available network. So for the HR department, my network will be 155.5.5.96 slash and the mask is 28. This will be the mask. Once we get that, we can find out our all things like the total IP. Total IP will be here 16 minus 2 will be 14 IPs. First IP will be what? First IP will be the network plus one. So 155.55.97. Last IP will be the network plus total IP. So 96 plus 14 will be, or it will be 96 plus 14. Yeah, one, correct, correct. 110. And the broadcast IP, last IP plus one. 55.111. Got it? This is the thing for the HR department. Always remember that new mask you will find out according to the requirement of IPs. But network you will find out from the previous one, not from your. Okay? So this is the way. So here I'm using already 64. That is why I need to use the next available network, which is 96. Not below that. Never. That's good. Let's go ahead. Now we'll go for the after the HR, we have a finance department. The requirement is 8. Requirement is 8. How we can get that? Total IP formula is 2 to the power n minus 2. So if I keep my number n as a 3, what I will get? I will get 8 minus 2. 8 minus 2 means 6 IP I will get. But my requirement is what? 8. Correct? With the 2 to the power n minus 2, this is the real formula for the total IP. So here it will be 8 minus 2, that will be 6. It is less than my requirement. So I cannot use the n, 3. I need to use what? Next available 4. Again, I need to use the 4. Now, with the 4, what will be my new mass? New mass formula is that simple, 32 minus the number of 0. So it will be 28 again. Fine. New mask will be 28. All right. What will be my network? For the network, I need to go to my previous network, which is my HR department. So HR department network is 96 and the mask is 28. So we'll find out two things. The block size because my mask number of 0 is 4. So my block size is 16 here, correct? So what will be my subnets? It will always start with the 0, 16, 32, 48, then 64, 80, 80, 96, and after that, 112, and then after that, 128. Like that, it will go on, correct? Let's see that. What we are using for our HR department, 96. Where is the 96? Here, correct? Next will be available network is 112, 112. So I will write next available network is 155.5.2. So that will be my network for the finance department. 155.5.112 and mask is 28. That will be my mask. We'll find out the all thing again. Total IP will be 14. First IP will be my network plus 1. So 155.55.113. My last IP will be network plus total IP 155.5.5.112 plus 14 will be how much? 126. My broadcast IP will be 155.55.127. Got it? This is the finance department. Now the last, which is marketing. Requirement is what? True. This is tricky one. Yeah, this is tricky one. Let's see that whether you get the point because this is the common mistake which is done by the all. network planner or who are designing that network. What is the mistake here? We'll see that also. Why it is tricky. Okay. So my requirement is two only. So we'll write the formula number of total IP 2 to the power n minus 2. What we use? If I use n as a 1, I will get 2 minus 2 will be 0. I cannot use that. If I use 2, it will fulfill the condition. See that 2 to the power 2 will be what? 2 to the power 2 minus 2 will be 4 minus 2 will be 2. Exact same. So can I use the n as a 2 now or not? Yeah, there is a one problem in this. What is the problem? Let's go back to the paint. Then I will explain you. Suppose this is the condition. Let me remove all this from the previous class, right? Let's suppose this is my marketing department. There are two devices only. So I need two IP. So according to this rule, it is fulfilling my condition, correct? But what is the problem? The problem is when I assign the IP and which is providing me the two IP only, one IP I will use on PC1 and one IP I will use on PC2, correct? But for the marketing department. But what IP I will give here on the router interface? Because my network have only two IP. I give it to one to PC1 and one to PC2. Because my router one, this interface is also in the same network like the PCs are there, right? Or one IP is required on that one. If I don't use any IP, the PC will never be able to communicate with anyone. So that is the catch. So my requirement, the host are only two. That's good. But one IP also I need for my PC, for my router interface. If I don't use what IP I will assign here. And that need to be the same network. I cannot use any other network for my this router. Why? Because router interface and PC, they both are connected with the help of a switch, correct? And they have to be in the same network. If they are not going to be the same network, it will be a difficulty. They will never be able to communicate. So if router interface also belong in the same network, so actually my requirement is how much? 3 IP, not the 2, correct? So that is the catch here. Because the company will write the requirement that PC marketing department having the two employees only. So they will not say that my requirement is 3. They will only say the 2. That you have to understand by this concept. That okay, if the two requirement is there, the two person are working there. So obviously they must be connected to somewhere with the router, correct? And if they are connecting to the router also required one IP on that interface. So that is in reality, my requirement is how much? My requirement is 3 IPs. 3 IP means I cannot use the N now, the 2. What I can use? N as a 3. Then only it can fulfill my requirement. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us. So N is mine now 3. All right. Now let's find out the new mask. What will be my new mask? 32 minus 3. Correct? It will be 29. So my new mask is now 29. Once we get that, we are going to find out the network for marketing. For finding the network for marketing, I will go back to my finance department. What is the finance department mask? 28. So obviously I will write down my block size. What is the block size? Block size is my 16 to the power 4. Only 4 zeros are there. So block size is 16. Second thing, my subnet. Subnets is always going to start with the 0, 16, 32, 48, 64, 80, 96, 112.128, 128, then 144, right? 144, then 160, like that it will go on. All right. So 1112 I'm using for this finance department. So till here I cannot use any network, correct? Till here. 128. So I will write down here that next available network 155.55.128. So that 128 will be the network for my marketing department with the mask of 29. That's it. Find out the total IP here. Total IP will be 6. First IP will be 155.55.129. Last IP will be my 155.55.142. No, no, not 142. Or it will be 128 plus 6. No, 134. Correct? And my broadcast IP BD will be 155.55.135. Correct? This is the way, this is the best approach, means the only approach which is possible to do the subnetting according to the requirement without any overlapping. So that you can get the answer here that why I'm using the bigger requirement than the lesser. The reason is if suppose I'm using the first for the marketing, my requirement will be very less, then it will be difficult to find out the non-overlapping network. So it is always, yeah, yes. So always approach from the bigger to the smaller, right? Always this will be the approach. And finding out the non-overlapping. So whatever is your IT requirement, you write down. Then there in the IT department, you write down the next available network. So that will be used for the next one. This will. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Means otherwise, there is no chance that you are going to create a problem. You will only overlap the things. Always overlap it. This approach will give you the full proof design of a network without any overlap at all. Is it making sense? Okay. So what I will do, I will give you the one task. You can take the pick of it. Okay. If suppose I'm not able to send this PDF, this notepad, you need to take the pick. I will obviously send this, the how I did this question, how I approach, maybe on your email directly by pasting it there. I will see how can I send it. But task you can take a pic so that you can do it now or maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow will be no class. We'll connect now on Wednesday. Wednesday. Tomorrow no class. Yeah. The task is this. One big network is given to you is 177.7.177.7.0 slash 25 and the requirement is this. There are 4 departments. What is that? Number one, there is IT department, which requirement is number of IPs 45. Second, you have the admin department, which has a requirement of 22. Okay. Then we have a third department, which is your sales department, which having the requirement of 5. And then you have the last one, which is marketing, which has the requirement of 2 IPs. This you need to approach and try to solve it. Take a pic of it. And I'm going to send you the, wait a minute, I'm going to send you here itself in the chat. So you just copy it in the notepad, your side. That will be easy. So I'm going to write down here all, and then you will take it, copy it from all. This video, I will try to send it today itself, but if it is not possible, then we'll see. I will provide some other there. Previous, I'm checking it. Obviously, I will send it on the Wednesday only because then I will be there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Till then, bye. We'll